Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back to the video, and in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Wonder Woman. This is going to be Wonder Woman, the Collector's Edition, and finally we get a Wonder Woman that's more comic accurate. Well, the other ones have been comic accurate. We want more a traditional kind of looking at Wonder Woman. We have gotten like comic accurate, but like variants, but we all wanted something like this traditional look of Wonder Woman. So here she is finally, so thank you McFarlane for that. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the front of the box. This side, the back, which I really like this art, and this is number 10, for those of you who like collecting these, inside the box. There's the other side, top, and as you can see, I got it from McFarlane, and it came pretty darn damaged. Look at that, all that. And bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like for Wonder Woman. The back of the card. And here is the card stand, the typical card stand we've seen multiple times with these collector's edition. So there's that, and then of course you slip in the card from the top, just like so. And I will see if it goes through. There you go, just like that. Put that back there. Wonder Woman does come with her shield. Nice detail on the actual shield. Here's the underneath of it. More textured feel to it, and here's the front of it as well too. Nice bright gold on there, which looks really nice. She also comes with a, unfortunately mine's warped, you can see there, but it's a regular sword on there. There's the handle, nice looking detail actually on the sword, nice painted gold, and the actual blade itself, just a typical silver paint, not much to it. She also comes with an axe. Wow, this figure comes with a lot of accessories. Here's her axe, and the great thing about it is a lot of the handles for these weapons, they all have the same kind of gold paint, which I actually like. And here's the actual axe right there. Look at that. A lot of detail. I wish there was a bit more to the paint. Maybe act like some like dark grays on here or something like that. Make it pop more, but it's fine though overall. Cool looking axe. It also comes with this lasso on here, which I actually like because it's nice and bright and gold. You can see that you can actually fold it however you want to do, roll it up, or however you want to do it. Make this be around someone's neck or whatever, but it's pretty lengthy, right? Just showing you the length. So there's that. Put that back here. And like I said, she comes with a lot of accessories. 2 extra hands. So this is her left trigger hand. Alright, plain looking. Her right fist. And then she has 2 like open hand type of thing. There you go. Alright, not much to it, just 2 of them. Alright, and a regular puck stand. Now let's talk about the articulation. So, head articulation on Wonder Woman. Left, right, up, down. Up, down is limited because her hair hits back there. Shoulder articulation. Bicep, which is, oof, it's very stiff, but I don't think it's so much because it's stiff. I think it's because of the design. Watch, see if you can see that right there. And when I twist it, see that? It kind of goes down a little bit, so it does hit right there. So I don't know if it's just mine that came like this, but mine's has this kind of right there. So when I twist it, it's hitting right there. You see that right there? So that's a bit unfortunate, but it's still fine overall. Elbow articulation. Wrist. Torso. It doesn't actually have the torso, so you get like a lean back on the waist, which is a bit limited. It's unfortunate, but it's okay though because, well, we'll talk about the looks of it. There is swivel. Ooh, it's a little stiff right now. Then there's leg articulation. knees, ankles, and last but not least, toes as well too. So overall, the articulation on this figure, it's good. It's just some parts are kind of weird, especially the shoulder. Obviously, front and back limited because of the hair, and this whole shoulder thing, which is a bit odd. Now let's talk about the figure itself. Because man, when I first saw the images of this figure, I was like, oh, the headpiece, I'm not really digging it. Something about it is off. But you know what? I give benefit of the doubt because you never know. Something that I noticed with McFarlane is a lot of the times when you see images of McFarlane figures, they tend to not look as good. But when you see it in person, it looks a lot better. And here's a perfect example of one because images don't do her justice. I would say this headpiece, it's not 10 out of 10, but it looks a lot better than what I assumed when I looked at the images. You got the painted lips on there, you get the painted eyebrows, the eyes, then you have here her crown, whatever you want to call it. Nice bright gold paint on there, also red too. Then you got the very nice long black with dark blue hairstyle. Right, very, very stylized hair, which I like. And again, you can see it's base black with the streaks of blue, which looks really, really nice. And here's the other side of it. You can see that hairstyle. Very lengthy hairstyle. And I gotta say, the headpiece, it looks good. It's not great or 10 out of 10, but I will say it definitely does look good. So, headpiece, I'm really, really digging it. I wish the headpiece had a bit of more emotion to it. Like she's kind of giving you like a mean look, but it's fine though overall. Then you have here the arms. The arms are pretty plain looking, not much to it. I wish there was a bit more muscle tone, like here on the shoulders, a little bit more in the bicep, because they're a bit just slim. Like I wish there was more to it on the tricep, because when you look at the card, you can somewhat see her muscles, right here. You can see some of her muscle definition, so I wish her arms reflect that, which is still a nice looking arm. It's just, I wish there was more to it, but it's okay though. Then you have here her guards, forearm guards, or braces I should say. Not much to it in terms of the actual guard itself. I wish this was more like a shine to it, like an actual silver, like a bright silver, because like, again, in the comic on here, look at that, right? Look at the braces, they're really shiny, and I wish these were also shiny. It has a nice shine to it. It's not bad. It's just I wish there was a bit more to it. But it's okay though overall. And here's the other hand right there, trigger. And the same thing. It's just going to be plain looking the arms. Now here is a great looking Wonder Woman torso, like midsection. I say this because we've gotten something that looks more comic accurate, traditional Wonder Woman. Obviously it's going to be this one right here. And this is fine, but I wanted something like this. And to me, this is a great looking torso on here. You get the nice bright red. You get the nice bright gold. It looks like it's going to be like an eagle type of thing right there. And her chest, very, very busty. And there's the back of it as well too. I do like this design right here. Very, very, very subtle, but it looks good. It stands out very, very well compared to the other one, because the other one has a lot going on, which I'll compare it in a bit. This one, it's less, but it looks really, really nice, and it just pops. And in a way, I'm kind of glad they didn't actually have like a torso articulation, because I know some of the other figures, which, you know, I'll show you right now what I mean. Like, for instance, this Wonder Woman, right? You can see that. It articulates, but it cuts off, right? So it kind of cuts it off. It doesn't look good. So, on the one hand, yes, it does articulate more compared to this one, but this one just looks so much better without having that thing. So, having it articulated. So, in a way, I don't like it, but I also do like it because of that reason. It just looks really, really good. When just having it all one piece and just having that nice bright red color, I think it stands out even from a distance. And so, overall, I gotta say the upper body on this figure looks good overall, even though it does have some issues. Like I said, maybe the bicep here, just and then the face is not 10 out of 10 great, but it's still good. Another thing that I noticed on this figure, maybe it's just mine, is this right here, these little pieces. I don't know if mine's too short, but once you have it down like this, you can see the joint on there, right? And then when you stick it out, it just pops out. And then when you kind of want to have a nice flush look, you can see that gap on there. So I don't know, maybe it's just mine. I'm not trying to be nitpicking. It's just something that I noticed when I got this figure out the box. But overall, the upper body, I gotta say, great looking Wonder Woman upper body. Really digging it. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is more a comic accurate, traditional look Wonder Woman. We've all been wanting one, and here she is. And so far, really digging it. Let's take a look at the lower body. We'll start off with the waist. You got the Wonder Woman waist. Nice bright gold paint on there. It looks really, really, really nice. Again, simple design here. You see that right here, what I mean? Simple design, but it looks good and stands out. Then you have here the holder for the lasso. Then the lower body, of course, you have her star's underwear. Does she do squats? They're firm squats for those of you like kind of firm butt cheeks. So there you go. Wonder Woman does do squats. And you can kind of tell because she definitely has some thick thighs. Not the thickest McFarlane's made, but they are bigger than your typical Wonder Woman figure, which I'll compare it to other ones in a bit. But I do like the underwear. The underwear doesn't have a bright blue, which I wish it did. Either bright blue underwear or bright white. But it's all good though overall. And then in terms of the leg design, just muscle tone, not that big, but bigger than your average Wonder Woman figure that McFarlane's made. Then the boots. The boots are fine. It has like a weird texture leather feel to it. Then you got that white on there. Accent on there. There's the back of it. Little design there. And then you have the feet. As someone said, these are some new Yeezys, so it's kind of funny I read that, but there you go, you can have a little bit of design there. The only thing I don't like about it is just going to be how it's just, the joint is not painted, which I understand because if you twist it, then it's going to be kind of off, but it just looks off where this is white and then the joint's just red and just kind of skips it. So in terms of the lower body, lower torso, again, very plain looking, just again, it's just Wonder Woman. That's how she looks like. So you can't really fault McFarlane. I do appreciate McFarlane tried to add more paint to it because look at the skin, right? Look at the skin tone. And then when it comes to her knees, it changes a little bit. It's like a little bit darker. So at least he's trying to give like a shadow look to it type of thing. So overall, though, I gotta say this figure, great addition to the DC Multiverse, even though it does have some issues, like I said, in terms of the bicep, limited articulation here and there. Mine has this weird thing like right there on the shoulder. And then the ankle joints not painted white. I still really dig this figure. And I'm so glad McFarlane made a Wonder Woman that's more traditional comic accurate. As opposed to other comic accurates but are like variants. I'm really digging this figure. And the fact that we're getting all these accessories to add to this figure, I'm really, really, really liking this figure. And heck yeah, I'll say this right now, this is definitely a must-buy in my opinion. So I'm glad McFarlane made this figure, and I can't complain, man. I really like this figure a lot. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? For the price for what you're getting for $30, I would say, heck yeah, this is definitely a good price for this figure. One, you get a good, solid figure. It's not 10 out of 10, but it's a really good, solid figure from Wonder Woman. Plus, you get a ton of accessories. You get the lasso, which is nice, bright gold. You get 2 extra pair of hands, shield, an axe, and a sword. I mean, for 30 bucks, heck yeah, I think this is a good deal for it. Again, it's not a 10 out of 10 figure, but for what you're getting for value for money, heck yeah. Apart from the price, though, what do I think about the figure itself? Oh, come on, man. I'm really liking this figure a lot. Yes, it does have its issues, as I mentioned, but regardless of the issues, though, I'm so glad I got it because she looks so much better in person than the images we've seen so far. So overall, what do I give this figure? Easily a thumbs up for me. Definitely get this figure. I would say do not pay over retail because I know this figure's been sold out. But again, do not pay over retail. Just be patient. They will appear because I know with Supergirl for the Target exclusive one, that one sold out. But eventually, it did come back to being available to pre-order, and I've seen it multiple times at the store. So again, do not pay over retail. Just be patient. You will get this one. I'm telling you, because this one sold out in minutes. Even the 6-pack, because I know there's a Platinum Edition one, and people bought the actual 6-pack or the box to get this one and the Platinum Edition one. That one sold out first than any other one. So that just tells you the demand for this figure is high. But again, don't worry, because I'm sure McFarlane realized demand is really high and he's probably going to make more. So again, don't pay over retail. Be patient. You'll probably get it for a retail price. Here we have Wonder Woman from the Shazam Fury of the Gods movie wave. And of course, Wonder Woman from the... What storyline is from? Like, Who is Wonder Woman? I think that's what it's called, the comic. Yeah, Who is Wonder Woman? But anyway, so they're both great looking figures. But as I mentioned regarding the whole design right here in the torso, this one, it has a lot of that design, which is not bad, but to me, it's a little bit too much. See this right there? It's a little too much. It looks good, a little too much. And also, too, the gold isn't really like nice and shiny compared to this one. The gold on here, much brighter and it looks much better. Same thing with her, whatever this is called here. It has like a leather look to it, but it's just kind of flat blue. This one has a nice shiny blue to it. Not a lot of shine, but you get what I'm saying. But I will say though, I do like the lower torso, or the legs I should say, to be more specific, on this one, because I do like the whole red boots on there. I just don't like how they're high heels. I prefer more flat, something like this kind of boot. But it's all good though. Now if you would ask me which one I prefer out of these two, honestly, I'm gonna go for this one. It just looks way more better in my opinion. Yes, this one has more detail, more design, I get it, but I prefer more of a comic accurate-ish Wonder Woman like this. Here we have Wonder Woman from the Flashpoint wave, the Target exclusive one, and of course, Wonder Woman Collector's Edition. Great looking Wonder Woman. I mean, the detail, design, the color palette, overall, fantastic looking figure for this particular Wonder Woman. But as I mentioned, this one has the biggest thigh so far. Just look at the legs on here. They're pretty slim, right? Not bad looking, but it's a bit slim on the legs. And like I said, we have gotten comic accurate Wonder Woman, but we wanted more traditional Wonder Woman like this. This is comic accurate, but again, it's a variant, aka the Flashpoint storyline. But you get what I'm saying, though. Here we have Wonder Woman, the Walmart exclusive gold label, Todd McFarlane edition, where essentially McFarlane made this design for this particular Wonder Woman. And this is, again, more comic accurate. A great looking figure. I like this figure, but it's a little too much. Like, I appreciate it, and I thank McFarlane for making something like this, because it is different than your typical Wonder Woman costume, but it's so much going on, like just the detail on her bracelets on here, her torso, the leg, the knee pads. I mean, so much detail on this figure, but it's a little too much for me. Again, I want more something like this. So here we have Wonder Woman, custom by McFarlane, and of course, comic accurate traditional Wonder Woman. Here we have Donna Troy next to Diana Prince. Great looking Donna Troy. The detail is solid, is clean, plain looking. Well, I want to say plain. Well, it kind of is plain in terms of the color palette, because it doesn't really pop, but it's just a good looking figure overall. When you look at it as a whole, it's great. It's a great looking figure, I should say. But when you look at this one, just the colors on here, the torso, the underwear, just something about it, when you look at it, boom, just grabs your attention. So here we have Diana Prince, Donna Troy, and I wonder if we're going to get a Wonder Girl figure. Well, who knows with McFarlane, right? And here we have DC's Trinity. We have Superman from the 1000 Action Comics. Obviously, Wonder Woman from Who is Wonder Woman Comics. And we have Rebirth Batman. Finally, Trinity. Great looking figures. And I think she looks very, very well. I have a feeling this figure is going to be probably the figure that everyone's going to be having as a display piece for the DC Trinity. Because to me, I think that works very, very well. You have Rebirth era Batman. You could probably put maybe a Hush Batman. I've seen people post online. I think she looks very, very well. Then you have Superman. I think you can work with pretty much any Superman with his next to Wonder Woman. It should be great. So, once again, here we have DC's Trinity. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Collector's Edition Wonder Woman from the Who is Wonder Woman comic storyline, and on to the next one.